If you are looking for an all-in-one solution to flipping your classroom, this video is just for you. Welcome to another flipped classroom tutorial. Right, today we're going to have a look at the platform Flipasaurus. Now, I've discovered this a couple of months ago and it is extremely powerful. It allows you to upload content, it allows you to add descriptions, link it, create QR codes, and share podcasts with your students, or even have your students record their own podcasts and host it. Plus, it is completely free of charge, created by teachers for teachers. So simply go to flipasaurus.com, click on Login Sign Up. Now, once you've logged in, there's a number of different options that you can look at. Now, I want to show you the admin options first. Now, the reason I tell you to go into admin is because there is a user management. Now, you can add different curators and members to your Flipasaurus account. This is perfect for team teaching or year groups that have more than one class. Now, there is a maximum of 4 at this moment, and there is not yet a premium available. I'm sure that in the future this will become available, and if it does, then I think that is definitely worth the extra fee. So let's go and have a look at upload. Now, when you go to upload, you can choose to upload a number of different file types. There is MP3, MP4, PDF files, image files, anything you can think of. Now, when you're doing podcasts, obviously you are going to want to upload MP3 files, not WAV files, because they are so much smaller in file size and faster to upload. So let's go ahead and select a file that we would like to upload. So I'm going to select a file, and let's just go to a random file. Now, I've got an old image here. I'm just going to upload this image. It is processing. I can click. Why does it? Okay. It reminds me that this resource has already been uploaded, so I can open the existing resource. Now, let's say that I did not previously upload this file, then you would see Open File. So let's go ahead and open this resource. And I am now in the Edit Resource tab. This is where you, as a teacher, have full control over what happens to your file. Not only can you see the view count and how often this resource has been viewed by your students, you can favorite it and you can edit the information. So when you click on Edit, you can add a description. This file was created as part of a time lapse. Okay, I can activate this resource or I can deactivate it, and I can even remove it from my library. I'm going to leave this and I'm going to change the title to CV. Submit the file. And there we go. This has now been changed. Title CV, description, and there is no length. This is only applicable for music and video. We can scroll down, and then here we have 4 different sharing options. We have the quick link, which is very similar to a short URL service. We have the QR code, which is probably my favorite, especially with podcasts and information of students. And then we have embed. Now, embed is very powerful when you're using different online platforms or when you have a school website and you would like to highlight something. So that's where you would get the embed code. Now, as you can see, the 3 options, quick link, QR code, and embed code, allow you to set an expiration date. This is very powerful when you're dealing with sensitive information or when you're sharing something made or created by a student and you only need it for an open day or maybe for a term. So let's have a look now at what this would look like to the student. We are going to add a little note. Welcome to the demo of my file. And I'm going to share this as a quick link first. So let's go to quick link, create a quick link. It is now generating that link, and we can copy this link. Now you can also go to manage shared items, and that will bring you to another page which shows you all the items that are currently being shared, and you can get the links right there. Good. Let's have a look at the students view. So open up a student account. And this is what your students will see when they open the link. There we go, the file on the left. On the right hand side, we have our title and description. and there is a view count. Now obviously you need to log in to see this information, but as you can see I've made this publicly available and children can now access this. Let's go back to our teachers view. Let's have a look at the QR code and what we can do there. Well, we can absolutely use this for anything we want. We can add a note, which is obviously required because our QR code is going to need a description. So let's say, open me to view the CV. This is a simple note. I'm going to set an expiration date, which is Thursday, and I'm going to create this QR code. Takes couple of seconds, and there we go. We now have a QR code. This QR code will send you straight to the file and it will expire in 2 days. You can click on that image, simply right click, save image as. Now if you want a larger version of this QR code, simply click on the QR code and you will get a large version. Good. Now let's have a look at how the audio works and how you would use this to create podcasts for or with your students. So let's go ahead and select. Let's go to music, as I've already recorded a demo. We can say podcast demo. Let's upload this MP3 file. It's processing it. And we can now go to the info and edit this information. So I'm going to just title this podcast demo, a demonstration of how podcasting would work on Flipposaurus. Okay, we can save the details, or we can have a look at some geeky stuff. Now the geeky stuff is more detailed information about your file. So let's just save the details. There we go. Click on View File. And this will bring us to a very similar page as we saw before, but instead of an image, we now have the audio file. And you can see I can press play, preview the file, I can favorite the file, I can create a new chapter. So let's do that right now. Let's create a chapter. Let's call the first 3 seconds Introduction. Save that. And let's add another chapter. Create a new chapter, and let's call this The Rest. Now obviously having a 6-second demo file doesn't really represent the power of these chapters, but when you're doing long form podcasting with students, this is where you would break down your lesson into different bits. Now let's go ahead and press play so you can preview this file. Of how you would record a podcast, blah, blah. There we go. That was the podcast. We can scroll down. When you click on podcast, you can set up an RSS feed for your podcast. So let's do that right now. Let's click on New Podcast. Let's call this Weekly Tech Tips. And let's say, please join us weekly for these tech tips. Add update. Okay, we now have a podcast with chapters. It has been added to a podcast, and we're going to just tick this, add it to our podcast, and now we can share this with people. We can either share this via a quick link, as before, a QR code, which I would definitely recommend when you're using little audio snippets in class. Have QR codes around your classroom with little audio snippets. Children love it. Or we can share the RSS feed of this podcast. Now in order to do that, you will have to click on Manage Podcasts. So let's go ahead and do that. Here we have our weekly tech tips, and down the side is our RSS feed. This is the RSS feed that you would then share with your students, add to your iTunes or any of your favorite Android podcast apps. So to summarize, Flipposaurus, a very powerful all-in-one platform for images, PDF files, documents, podcasts, video, anything you would like to share with your students or made by your students can go on to Flipasaurus. It is completely free. I'm sure that in the future they will introduce some form of a premium model, but it has been active since 2014 and it is still free of charge. So if you are not using it yet, have a go, sign up, try it out, and let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Now, as an added bonus question, I would love to hear how you are using podcasts in class, or how you think students can use podcasts to extend their learning beyond the classroom. I hope you found this helpful. This was another Flipped Classroom Tutorials, and I will see you again in the next one. Thank you for watching.